genre.
Ho, ho. Hello, and welcome back to Rocky Minute, the daily podcast where we let it go one humiliating tactic at a time. I see you went with humiliation tactic at a time there, but okay.
Yeah.
I am Jason.
I thought you were Santa.
Oh my gosh, it's a fake beard.
Oh, I knew it all the time.
My childhood is ruined.
I'm Doug.
And joining us again today on Christmas Day, taking time out of his present opening and... Wait, I'm not done. His present opening and tree trimming. You don't trim your tree on Christmas, right? You did that beforehand.
Family time.
From Family Time.
Kids.
Tom from Indiana Jones Minute. Welcome back, Tom.
Thank you very much. And ho, ho, ho. And thank you. And Merry Christmas.
So today, first
Don't shoot your eye out.
Yes.
we'd like to wish everyone a Merry Christmas.
The merriest of Christmases.
Merriest of Christmases. I hope everyone got all the gifts they wanted and are spending some quality family time
And I
around
hope
the
nobody's
fireplace.
family left them home alone.
Oh.
Well,
We should just sprinkle these in all throughout the episode.
Yeah.
so today we're knocking out minute 52, which begins with "He's all wrong for us, baby," and ends with whatever gets him in the ring.
Yes.
Okay.
Two opposing viewpoints right there from the beginning and end.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is one of cinema's great monologues. Can we all agree on this?
It's real good.
It's very good.
I mean, can I indulge our listeners and kind of act it out?
Please do.
Oh, well.
A one-man show.
I mean, that's what a monologue is, by definition.
Yeah. Do a one-man monologue. Just do it.
So we closed last minute with Apollo wanting to know what is he afraid of, right, Tony? Tony, what are you afraid of? Mm-hmm. He's all wrong for us, baby. I saw you beat that man like I never saw no man get beat before, and the man kept coming after you. We don't need that kind of man in our lives. I know what you're feeling. Let it go. Let it go. You're the champ.
That's beautiful. You did that really well. I got chills.
I mean, I'm going to insert some applause here, if I may.
The roses are being thrown to the stage. It's you won them over. You're eating out of your hand.
They love me.
The one thing that I want to point out about all that is that Duke says he's all wrong for us, baby. He's bringing home the fact that they're a team and that it's not just Apollo. He doesn't say he's all wrong for you, baby. He's all wrong for us. We're a team. We're in this together. We need to stay together. Just kind of driving that home there.
Yeah.
Well,
And Apollo immediately reacts to that. The second he says that, Apollo's like, come on. Like, his head goes back, like, knock it off.
I don't think
He's all wrong for us.
it's as immediate. He does, like, they cut in the middle of that. They cut to Apollo once, and Apollo's doing like a face thing,
Yeah.
where he's like almost like he's taking in what Tony's saying, right? Before, hold on, I got it up right here. I gotta sift through this a little bit.
Sure.
Right, they do a zoom in on Apollo's face as Tony's delivering this, and then after the let it goes, you're the champ.
Yeah.
He does. He has like a moment, a very small moment of ponderance before he's like, okay, go screw.
Yeah. I actually kind of think that Duke might have had him, like may have been getting his point across until he said, "You're the champ."
Ooh,
because it's, if you think about it, like, because it's like the whole split between like what we were saying last time, like about like the business plan of boxing, what the champ's supposed to do, and whether or not Apollo's able to beat this crazy Italian stallion from Philadelphia if he fights him again. And so it's like, okay, maybe he is not right for us. Maybe I should let this go. Maybe this is just something that's like under my skin and I just need to move on. But but then he says, you're the champ. And the way I'm reading it, Apollo's like, hey, wait a minute. I am the champ. It shouldn't matter who I fight. I should be able to beat anybody. I should be able to take this guy and put him in the ground and move on that way by getting past this Italian stallion and beating him finally. Mm-hmm. And I think I might be wrong, but it feels to me like that's the kind of like button that he pushes at the very end that kind of works against Duke's argument. You know, you're the champ. He's like, yeah, I'm the champ. So I'm going to stand up. I'm going to give these guys orders to get that punk back in the ring, and I'm going to take care of business because I'm the champ.
I like that. It's a good point because it goes back to, you know, him saying, I won, but I didn't beat him. It's like reminding him of like his title. And that's what all this hate mail is directed at. Like you carried this bum. You're supposed to be the champ, but you didn't behave like one.
Right.
That's if only Duke just ended that brilliant monologue one line sooner. I want to the brilliance of Tony Burton in this scene, though, like just him delivering this. Mm-hmm. The script, which Jay loves when I touch upon. Mm-hmm. After Apollo says, "I won, but I didn't beat him. What are you afraid of, Tony?" He's only credited as trainer in the script. Trainer, honest. Apollo, honest. He's all wrong for us. You beat him like nobody I ever seen beat, and he kept coming. We don't need this man in our life. That's it.
Oh,
there's nothing more to that. But Tony Burton, man, he just kills it.
Yeah,
with all the emotion, with all the like he truly like we learn later on that his connection to Apollo Creed is much more personal than just his trainer. Mm-hmm. Right, in Rocky IV, he says, "I raised him."
Yeah.
So we know that it goes deeper than just being his trainer. We don't know how deep. I wish we actually got more of that, but you know, it is what it is. So like he's very passionate in trying to get Apollo to move past this, and he really truly wants him to move past this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
he's dripping with that.
He's awesome.
He really is.
I want Duke on my side.
So do I. We never really talked too much about Tony Burton as Tony Duke Evers. Mm-hmm. All right, so Tony Burton was born and raised in Flint, Michigan. Mm-hmm. He was a boxer in his youth. He was a Golden Gloves heavyweight champion in Michigan. He was a two-time All-State football player, so he was quite the athlete. He was, Flint Golden Gloves heavyweight champ. He won the state Golden Gloves in 1957. And he fought as a professional boxer in 58 and 59, during which time he amassed a record of 4 wins, 3 losses, and 1 draw. But life after boxing wasn't so kind to our friend Tony Burton. He was convicted of taking part in an armed robbery and served 3.5 years at Chino in California.
Oh, man.
But as many a prison story ends up, I wish that was the case. As a few prison stories end up, like the prison was where he decided to turn his life around, and he kind of dove into education and acting, and that's where he got a start. Well, not his start. He didn't get a start in prison. So after prison, he got work with small theater companies in and around Los Angeles, garnering favorable notices early on. Oh. I mean, as we can tell, if he delivered any kind of performance like he did this monologue,
yeah,
hired.
Let it go.
Let it go. He actually became quite the chess player.
Oh, wow.
Tom, I'm sure that he was in The Shining, a very small part in The Shining.
Oh my God, that is him. He's on the phone with Scatman with the snowcat and everything.
That's correct.
Oh my God, that's incredible. I love that.
I know. He was only.
That's funny because he seems like an almost non-actor in The Shining. Like he's a little stiff and kind of like he's nothing like this. Nothing like in this scene.
No. He's really how. What do you have? 2 lines in The Shining? Very small part.
Yeah. But it's still, like some people can take 2 lines in a thing, and you're like, okay, I believe that guy's on the phone talking to somebody. Yeah. Other people would be like, all right, he's reading his lines that somebody told him to say. Okay, he totally believing it, but okay.
Well, Stanley Kubrick, in his own right, was a very competitive chess player. And this is a quote after let me see. He was Tony Burton was speaking with a Stanley Kubrick biographer, Vincent Lobrotto. This is Tony's quote. "My contract was for a week. I just had 2 short scenes in the movie. I stayed on for 6 weeks because Stanley and I were playing chess. Stanley was a stronger player than I, but I was strong enough to give him sufficient struggle to where he enjoyed it. I beat him in the first or second game we played, and then I didn't win anymore after that, but it was always a tight struggle." And that's what he loved. I guess there was no one else around playing that strong.
That's awesome.
So just you give Stanley Kubrick, who was like notoriously a difficult guy to work with on set, you give him a challenge at chess, and he's your best friend.
Yeah.
Look
I
at
think
that.
Malcolm McDowell has a similar story, I think, about Clockwork Orange. Like,
yeah.
he did like 3 weeks for like overdubbing, like, you know, ADR stuff after the shoot and stuff. But most of that, they were just like playing ping pong. They're having a ball playing ping pong, him and Kubrick.
Really?
And so at the end, you know, he's like, "I'm going to pay you for 3 days," because the rest was ping pong.
Really?
Yeah.
Kubrick's just a child at heart.
Yeah.
We see in Rocky IV, we see Tony Duke playing chess against the Russian chaperone.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's nice.
That is nice.
Everyone's getting along.
The Americans, the Russians, Kubrick, Tony Burton.
Yeah.
So this.
If I could change, and if you could change, and if everyone change.
That
Sorry.
was very good.
Thank
No,
you.
that was spot on. I wonder how Tony Burton would
probably
do
heard me do that just now, and he's laughing.
because he remembers. He remembers Rocky IV. You think Tony Burton could have delivered that more passionately?
I'd like to see him try. He's good with the low simmering intensity.
Like a smoldering kind of.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, throw the damn towel isn't exactly simmering.
That's true.
That's my favorite monologue.
That's throw the damn towel.
No, he has
Short and sweet.
he has a good one in Rocky IV.
Yeah, he does. I can't wait to get there.
Any day now.
You're on your way. He's got that. There's that whole bit in the middle of that monologue about, like, you know, about it. You beat him and he just kept coming back and everything.
Oh yeah. Yes.
And it's just this side of, like, treating Rocky Balboa as like a superhero or something, or like some superhuman thing. But I mean, it's not that. But it's like it almost edges towards that. But I think somewhere between his performance of this and the fact that it's like spot on, it's like actually true. It's like, you know, there's nothing necessarily superhuman about Rocky, but he did just keep coming. He just kept coming at him, and he wouldn't go down. And I mean, that's the whole point of Rocky. He went the distance. He just didn't give up. And I wonder, is that, like, ultimately, if you watch the entire series, I haven't really thought about it, is that actually Rocky's, like, not superpower, but is that is that what makes him the champ? Is that he just does not give up and he doesn't just back down? He just keeps on coming?
The Russian says he is not human. He's a piece of iron. So, I mean, it's a characteristic of Rocky.
Mm-hmm.
He has a couple of characteristics. He apparently throws a very hard punch, and he can take a very hard punch for a very long time.
Right.
So, is it a superhero thing? I kind of equated this statement when he says, "I never saw no man get beat like that before, and the man kept coming after you," as like a horror movie kind of monster.
Yeah, it's like Jason Voorhees.
Yeah,
Coming at him.
right.
You're dead.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Because no matter how much you beat the bad guy, especially these supernatural bad guys, they just keep coming.
Right. And like he's not superhuman. He's just like this hungry guy from the streets. He's like this scrappy, kind of driven dude from the streets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
With just one thing on his mind.
Yeah.
Singularly focused. Jay? Okay. Well said.
Yes.
Jay just wants to get to his fruitcake and
Well, sure. He's got his slippers on.
Eggnog. His
Yeah.
jammies, his Christmas jammies.
Sure. Just surrounded by wrapping paper.
Yeah, I had to leave the family. My wife and kids are at home, surrounded by unwrapped presents because I had to get out nice and early to record this.
Oh my gosh. The things we do for podcasting.
Yeah.
It's a sacrifice for us all. Is one of his lawyer guys named Irv? Does he say Irv? You're in charge of my poke. I don't know.
Irv. Wow.
I don't remember him saying Irv.
Before that.
Oh, like the very first syllable he says, like,
Yeah.
"Oh, you're in charge of my," yeah. That could be like anything from Irv to like,
Look.
"Hey, you."
Yeah.
I thought
That guy over there.
Look, you're in charge of my buck relations.
But there's 3 guys over there. Like, you're in
he's
charge of my... Like,
No, he's looking directly at that guy.
the guy that's
Yeah,
putting
puts down
the...
his coffee cup.
gingerly putting down
Put
the...
the coffee down.
We have business.
Coffee is for people to get Rocky Balboa back in the ring.
Coffee's for closers. So his strategy is to call out and embarrass Rocky.
Yeah, go ahead.
When he says thank you to Duke, and then he focuses his attention on the other guys and business. I really wish that there was a reaction shot from Duke here.
Oh, totally. I had the same note.
There's nothing.
Yeah, which is weird because this whole scene, like last minute too, has been the two of them, and like going off each other. And then this is like the final turning point. I mean, what his reaction will be, but it'll still be good to see it.
Yeah, just like him dropping his head, just a deflated look. I mean,
Yeah.
I can picture it, but they don't give it to us.
Let it go. Did I say it too intently? You didn't even hear me. I said, let it go.
Not intently enough. Let it go.
Let it go.
Well, they see, they cut back to like the wide shot, and you just see, him sitting on the couch.
Yeah. Like he never snuck over to the desk in the first place.
Yeah, that's.
Just magically back on the couch.
Oh, maybe that was an imagination, like that's like Apollo. Apollo wants Duke to say that, but he never actually did.
Duke never actually just stopped picking lint off his pant leg. It's not right for us, baby. No, let it go.
With the new meat.
Yeah.
But Irv points out that using this humiliation tactic could make Apollo look like the bad guy.
I have a question though. Before you get to that,
Yeah.
he comes up with this, whatever we got to do to get him out, get to his people, right? Some says something to that effect.
Yeah.
I don't recall, other than in the hospital when they were both messed up, I don't recall Apollo asking for a rematch. Like, why are we going to humiliation techniques when we haven't asked the guy yet? You say, like, Rocky, do you want to have a rematch? And we go, oh, you'll have a rematch, then all this is for naught. Like,
Right.
It's like they're going to, like, he's like, we got to do whatever we got to do to get him out there. He's making it seem as though they have been asking Rocky, and Rocky's been saying no, or to that effect. He only said no that one time in the hospital, but they were both, like, messed up.
But that was also like there was lots of press there. That might be considered like an official.
That was the official call
calling
out?
Yeah. He slapped him with his white glove, and then Rocky never responded.
I would think after, they were both just got beat up. It was, emotions were high. They were in a hospital. Rocky was messed up. Rocky was about to go to surgery. I would think before you went to humiliating the guy, you would first go to him and say, hey,
Extend an invitation.
would you like to have a rematch?
Right.
Maybe give him a
That's a
Christmas
good point.
card.
Something?
Christmas
Right?
card. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yeah.
Christmas.
It's not Christmas in the movie, but okay. But yeah, so it just seems like
snowing
they just jumped to this, assuming that Rocky's not going to take the fight when they haven't even asked Rocky yet. And now we know, Apollo doesn't know, but we know that Rocky's is having some trouble and is not making ends meet. And I think right now, if Apollo struck while the iron was hot and went to him right now and said, listen, you need money, I need redemption, let's do this,
Yeah.
then Rocky might do it. But no.
I
They
thought
didn't
you'd
ask.
never ask. Why
was great.
Humiliate me.
I think here.
Unless-
Oh, sorry. You weren't done.
unless those bags of mail are letters that Rocky's sending, and maybe he can get them. Or maybe Adrian's just getting them, opening them up, writing no rematch, and sending them back.
Behind Rocky's,
he's just writing the hate mail as all of his fans. He's just like, Paulo, I think that was fixed. You're not a real champ. I'm gonna go make fun of your kids at school. You better fight Balboa again.
You're a disgrace.
Yeah, go embarrass him so we'll get in the ring.
Like if he says, like, Rocky says Apollo, like, why did you have to humiliate me like that? Why didn't you, if you wanted a rematch, why didn't you just ask me? And Apollo's like, I sent you 7,000 letters and they all got sent back.
I moved. I didn't have a floating address. It's hardwood floors.
Just details.
Yeah.
I thought that it was ironic that Apollo was so concerned with people attacking his integrity that now he's deliberately risking his integrity by taking this. Stop doing that. By taking this approach.
Mm-hmm. Good point.
But is that much different than his normal approach? He's always like very. I mean, we've only seen him in one movie, but he's always like kind of showboating and going after the guy, and like admittedly, it's like more good natured, I guess, in Rocky. Like, hey, Italian stallion, I'm going to serve him up as a turkey, whatever.
Well, the first movie, his before Rocky even came into the picture, it was all stay in school, be a thinker, not a stinker. And then even the press conference with Rocky, it was all jokes and I bet you can cook if you can't fight,
right?
Because you're Italian.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's he's stooping. He's dropping his level.
That's true. It's getting mean.
This whole part, by the way, Jay, in the novel is Mr. Juergens, the promoter from Rocky 1, not Tony Duke, doing this whole go after no meat. And yeah, I saw you beat that man. Mm-hmm. You want me to read it, Jay?
No.
Okay.
But the novel was written after the movie.
I don't think it was.
You've been telling me.
Yeah, I may have.
I may have
been
the roosters come
wildly
home.
wrong.
Fucking roost.
It's Christmas. Watch your
what
mouth.
What do the roosters do when they come home? The roosters coming home to Midi's incorrect.
Reindeer are coming home to roost, maybe.
Yeah. Elves? No.
Elves are coming
weird.
home. Yeah, elves don't roost.
I hope not.
The rooster's roosting.
Yeah, I don't know. All right. Do you have anything else?
Let's see. Apollo redemption, doesn't care. Humiliation, becomes the villain. Nope, we're good. Guy puts down teacup with saucer. Yep, done.
Okay, good. Tom, now we only have you, unfortunately, for these 2 minutes.
Oh, Tom.
So you have the floor. Anything you want to say about Rocky, about Apollo? It's please.
Oh,
Duke.
How do you feel? This is like a big therapy session here.
It's Christmas, though, so
it is.
Keep it Christmassy.
It is. I'm in a good mood, surrounded by loved ones. I kind of did my Rocky, my recent history with Rocky last time, watching what was my order? 1, Karate Kid, 3, 4, 2.
That is the way God
5.
intended it.
I might talk him into skipping 5. Maybe we'll go right to Rocky.
Is it the official machete order?
Oh, maybe
1 Karate
could be
Kid.
now, yeah. Does Rocky? I haven't seen Rocky Balboa. Does it actually does anything carry over from 5 to that one? Or is it so far after?
He never
really
bounced back from his financial woes from Rocky 5, so he's still living in the ghettos of Philly. But
you watch the first half hour of 5.
There you go. That's all you need to know.
We'll see.
All that Tommy gun crap.
Yeah. But I love these movies. They're. It's true that they're, they fall into a very clear formula. He's riding high, he suffers a loss, he soul searches, he trains in a montage, and then he beats the guy. Repeat. And then, show the first 2 minutes of the last movie and the next one.
And it's usually he won't do anything until he gets the okay from Adrian. All
Yeah. She might doubt him for a while and then come around, or she's behind him the whole time, but they have to have like a screaming match on the beach first, maybe, or something, and then it all comes clear to him. And then he jumps around with Apollo in slow motion.
Beautiful.
Little half shirts.
It's just the two sexy men.
It is beautiful.
Frolicking in the ocean. I mean, I can't. Merry Christmas indeed.
Yeah, it's more beautiful than cascading snow on a wintry roof on a
silent majesty of a
Christmas
winter's morn
thing.
An asshole in his bathrobe.
Yeah.
All right.
There is. Oh, you know what? There was one observation I was making as I was watching Rocky, maybe 4, let's say 4 or 3, is that a lot of movies, especially like now, like people have been saying this about like the kind of Marvel movies and stuff, that like, you know, there's a good movie going along, and then for like the last 20 minutes, it's just mayhem, and you know, you don't even know what's going on. It's all the action, you know, building to the climax and stuff, and then that's it. And they kind of lose it at the end. I happen to love all those movies, but whatever. But like Rocky, like the very like fabric of a Rocky, you know, boxing movie, it's like you kind of get that. You get the rising action. You get like, oh, this is clearly the end of the movie. This is like the you know, the third act. It's like in a square. It's in the boxing ring. And they kind of avoid having that kind of, you know, mind-numbing sort of mayhem because it's just two guys in a ring. And so it's just it's a nice, satisfying, not mind-hurting cacophony or anything. It's just it's a you know, it's a good story structure, I guess I'm trying to say.
It's truly mano a mano. You know, it's I mean, boxing.
Yeah.
You know, it is a singular sport. You know, there's no team behind you. It's you performing in front of the world. I mean, it's everything that Rocky has to give. You know, it's all laid out. Like every movie we see it, he puts everything that he has at his disposal. Like I mean, his quote, like he has. I'm sure you've seen the memes of it online about being able to go that next round when you don't think you can, and that was actually Rocky 4, wasn't it, Jay?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know, the world's gonna knock you down, and you know, getting back up. That's how winning is done.
Yeah,
That's
you know?
Balboa.
Yeah, that was. What am I talking about?
I don't know.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Jesus Christ. You just went to...
What
Yeah.
is in this eggnog?
But it's like I'm saying, Rocky, like he gets beat in every single movie more than like the normal person can handle and or come back from. Yet he finds it in his DNA, in his soul to get back up.
Yeah.
And to go further when he don't think he can. Right? That's I mean that's just a happy ending for all, except Apollo Creed.
Right.
Poor Apollo.
Poor Apollo.
I don't want to end up on a downer though.
Alive right now.
As of now, in this moment in Rocky 2, he is alive. Why don't you lift our spirits by telling us a tale about Indiana Jones and the Minutes?
Oh, yes. Indiana Jones Saves Christmas, the podcast. No. Indiana Jones Minute. You can find us over at indianajonesminute.com. We are in the midst of working our way through the entire Indiana Jones series. We're having a ball, and you will too. You should also check out the Movie Hole, my other podcast, where my buddies and I did the Caddyshack Minute. And then speaking of Christmas, we did Christmas Story for about 5 episodes. And now we're working our way through the Blues Brothers, 2 minutes at a time. Movieholepodcast.com.
Do it.
Check it out. Do it.
Jay,
We are here
we are. That is true.
on Christmas.
It's very existential.
Is that where we are?
Us, head over to our Facebook listeners group, Mighty Mix. We could talk about Rocky, Christmas, or whatever else you want to talk about, as long as it's related to Rocky.
And Christmas.
Don't bring up Christmas. No, head over there for your Rocky content. Bring up, post some pictures, some videos, some things about Rocky that, you think people would be interested in.
Stories.
Stories are always good, too. Critiques of the show, whatever you want to do, whatever you want to talk about. We're also on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook at Rocky Minute, and we are at rockyminute@gmail.com. And that you can find all of our episodes, past and present,
Like the ghosts.
Like the ghosts. So I did
And
that.
future. And future.
There's no future episodes. Only past and present.
But there's future ghosts.
Unduelinggenre.com.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So check all that out. Check out Indiana Jones Minute and Movie Hole. And
It's not as filthy as it sounds.
oh, never mind.
Is
then.
it?
Yeah.
Only one way to
Other
find
than
out.
that, everyone have a Merry Christmas, and we will see you tomorrow on what is one of the most depressing days of the year, the day after Christmas.
Aw.
Merry Christmas, Charlie Brown.
Merry Christmas, George Bailey.